Hello, hello. How you guys doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Apologies for that. Had some technical difficulties on my side.
No problem. We're waiting for you so we can get the party started. Okay, guys, let's get into it. Let's definitely get the party started. First, I wanted to say thank you so much to everybody that is joined us today. We're so excited to have you here at GDG. Um, Evening in the comments, tell me like how's your is this Tuesday? Tell me how your Tuesday is going. Tell me what's going on. Anything exciting happen? I personally would love to know. But let's get straight into it. Welcome again to a really exciting session hosted by us here at GDG Soweto. Really excited. My name is Chi Chi, but I'm not by myself. Um, there are so many of my members, other members here at GDG that are also part of the crew, and we're really excited here to have you. Again, GDG is really here to, learn, grow, connect in the tech community. That's basically what we're all about. And whether you're joining us from your couch, your desk, or I know people have lovely dev tables or caves. Thank you so much for being here. We really do appreciate. Today is going to be all about unlocking the magic of Gemini CLI, and we've got a very special guest with us to walk us through it, and we're really excited for that. That's Alex, but we'll get into him a bit later on. But yeah, before we start, I just wanted to give everybody an insight of what GDG Soweto is. These are people that are new. Maybe you're going to be watching us on YouTube. Maybe you're going to see us on Instagram. Maybe you're going to see us as like, screen recording on a status from a friend. So we just want to tell you what is GDG Soweto. Basically, we're a space for collaboration, curiosity, and just continuous growing. We like to call ourselves the triple C. I'm kidding, we don't, but we're gonna call ourselves the triple C from now on. So, and we're really just all about making tech accessible to everybody, helping developers level up with the latest tools, trends, and insights. And that's why today we have brought you Gemini CLI Unlocked. So, for people that don't know about it and people that do know about it, Alex is here to help us, wrap our fingers around it. More about Alex. He's a passionate developer with over 5 years of experience building powerful and user-friendly.
We're business partners with Osama's father, Junior.
Can somebody please mute us?
Issues.
Thank you so much. More to Alex. So Alex has a nick for developing for developer productivity, and is all about using AI to make our workflows smoother and smarter. He's also a strong advocate for tech communities and loves breaking down complex topics for others. He's also a member of GDG Soweto, so we're really excited to have him share to you and to us more about what he's going to be sharing with us. And if you're already not connected with Alex, please, I'd like to recommend that you find him on LinkedIn, stalk him, see what happens. Not too much now, but stalk him enough for you to learn something. And then after Alex's session, we're going to be having a QA session. So please ask him questions in the comments, ask him. So hopefully he'll just keep checking the comments, or we'll just give him a heads up if there's anything else. But ask in the comments after the session, let him know what your thoughts are. Follow him on LinkedIn, tell him if you need any help. So I don't want to take too much of your time. Without further ado, please get your terminals fired up and your minds ready, because we're about to unlock something powerful. Alex, please, guys, give Alex a round of applause. Clap, 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 clap. Yay, see Alex is
Yeah,
clapping.
yeah. How you guys
Yeah.
been doing? Hope you guys are having a lovely Tuesday. Thank you very much for having me, guys. So, as Chichi mentioned, my name is Alex. So today I'll be taking you guys through. So I'm gonna say Gemini CLI now, but this is gonna be the pretext before it because these are gonna be um, a bunch of series that we're going to be going through to build a full stack AI solution. So today I'm going to take you guys through a GCP implementation of agents. so you guys can get the general awareness of what's going on. Then at the end, we're going to speak about the Gemini CLI. And then on the 19th of August, that's when we're going to dive deeper into the Gemini CLI Unlocked. And then on the third final one, that's when we're going to wrap everything, putting it all together. Then we're going to, present. So let me take you guys through. Let me know if you guys can see my screen. Lovely. Okay, let's do a slideshow. Let's be professional now. Okay. Right, as you would have known, been introduced. So this is part one of the Gemini CLI Unlocked series. So today we'll be doing a conversational agent playbooks and data stores. We're going to be going through a quick labs on how we can use Google technologies to enhance our workflow. So at the end of the series, you will know how to build an e-commerce website with agents and Google technologies, piecing everything together. So today, please ask any questions because we're all here to learn and we're all here to grow. We also want to understand what is currently capable with the current technologies available to us. Right. So my slides are going to be very basic, and you'll see this is going to be a build up on these slides as we go along. On the 19th, we're going to add more features, and we're going to see what other capabilities we can add. So this is going to be like a bring your Lego party. You're going to bring something to the session, we're going to build something up, and then we're going to continue with the series, right? So generally what we are going to be aiming for is that as a customer to a store, you should be able to interact with the system. But you know how, I'm not particularly sure where you guys are around, but sometimes these people, when they call, sometimes these guys who are out here trying to sell life policies, insurance, they're not enthusiastic and stuff. There's not that click, right? But now, thanks to AI, now they have that type of layer where you can speak with an AI, you can conversate, you can ask questions, see where you take. Then after that, when things don't work out, then they redirect you down to a human where you can communicate with them and continue the conversation. So the end goal for this series is that we're going to be building an e-commerce website where we're going to be having our own products, and then eventually integrating these AI tools together where we're going to be having a chatbot where you can conversate about the products, about what's coming up, and you can also request features. And then, that's basically going to be it. And then, it's time for a demo. Let's begin. Are there any questions or any thoughts from you guys? And as you would see, this is currently ticked off as I have created this bot today. So I'm just going to be rerunning this lab and checking current Google technologies that we're going to be implementing. Okay, let's launch that. So what's happening with lab is that we're going to be using Dialogflow. Used to be a chatbot functionality tool inside of Google that's been deprecated. Now we're using something called conversational agents. As you see, as we go through this lab, how it's currently going to be looking, there's a few things here and there that are not currently up and running. Like I can show you guys what I tried to build earlier in the day. It takes a long time for these agents to run up, but once they're up and operational, everything is beautiful. Everything's smooth sailing. So as you see, they do explain that we'll be using the Vertex AI agent builder data store. That's where we'll be dropping all our resources in there. So whether you have product descriptions, images, anything that would be required for an e-commerce website, thing inside of a Google bucket where all that information is going to get stored, and then with the powers of Gemini and as well as Vertex combined together, it can infer from those images and from that data, allow a chatbot to be enriched with what you're looking for. Meaning that if you feel like I'd like to get a GDG drip. Just text in there and you find what's happening. You understand? If it's there, it's there. If it's not, you can request. And then as humans in the background, we'll know what you guys are looking for and we'll be able to provide assistance and making sure you guys leave with some good aspect. So and they would explain as you go through the setup of the lab. You have to do it in a private window because you are a first time user and you're not fully aware of what's currently going on. You can end up blowing up your budget in your actual GCP account, which is what we don't want. As you would see on the left-hand side, have some fake credentials that's been given to us. We're going to be taking that. Come here, I stand, and you'd see at QuickLab.net. So those are like your info emails that are created via the service accounts, the IAM rules, meaning that the minute I access this, this is an isolated environment that allows me to experiment to my heart's extent, understanding what is required for the lab and perfecting that over and over again. So I'm just gonna just do the prerequisites, agree and continue. Let's make sure I don't need a password. Wonderful. Okay. What are data stores? So data stores are used by conversational agents to find answers for end users' questions from your data. Data stores are a collection of websites, documents, each of which reference your data. So meaning that even if my information is stored in third-party locations, as long as if I can make it accessible, I can pull it inside of GCP and have it accessible for my conversational chatbot. Then we're going to go through. This is what we're going to be achieving. These are the 5 objectives. We're going to be creating an agent. We're going to be creating a storage where we're going to be putting all the information that we require. Then we're going to be having a voice and chat experience with our agent. And then we'll be testing, simulating the customer questions. And finally, we're going to be checking the history and the analytics of our agent. And then this is the setup and the requirements. As you saw, we had begun the lab. And then these are the prerequisites we're going to have to do. Okay, make sure we always do the activate cloud shell, making sure that we are, yep, let me just confirm, we are able to interact with the system. Let's grab this, paste, next. Halala. Let's make sure we got the right information again. Okay. Okay. Let's use a different account. Take this one. Officially signed in. Beautiful. Now let us activate. We need additional access. Not a problem. We will sort this out. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this. So we keep this for reference. So as you see, tell you to activate your Cloud Shell, actually continue. And then these are the pre-checks, pre-flight checks to see if you can actually speak with your system. Let me see. Okay, let me just kill this window and just cycling through previous session. Okay. Oh, that's why, my bad. Close that one. Okay. Okay, see which uses this. 0222 2DDA 2DDA. No, it's perfectly fine. Let's go. Cloud Shell. As you can see, Gemini everywhere. It's the new world, guys. Be part of it. Okay, it's been provisioned, so make sure we grab the first commands that we're going to run. Lovely. Paste. Okay, as you can see, so G-Cloud would be the CLI way of connecting to your GCP. So there are two ways that you go with Google Cloud. You can either come through the web console, but the more you start playing with it and the more you start getting comfortable with GCP, you can transition to G-Cloud, available on all operating systems. You can also interface it through your mobile device. But right now, we're just going to be authenticating with the web console to just make sure that everything is easy for everybody to pick up and replicate. So we're just going to be following the lab for today. And as you can see, we have the accounts being displayed over there. Can confirm. There's our account. Okay, just minimize this. There's our account over there, student. Then now we're going to be listing the projects that are currently there, but this is a new sandbox. Should be nothing. Okay, so that's the pseudo project created for us up there, as you would see right there. Okay. And then now we need to do task one, meaning that at the end of the 5 tasks that we are chasing, we need to score 100 points, meaning that we need to enable our APIs, create a new chat app, enable voice calls, enable conversation history. So that's what we're going to be targeting and aiming for. So we are going to begin with the second blue one, because this one, Dialogflow, has been migrated into the Vertex AI agent builder, and the wrong place, obviously. So let me just grab this, move it over to this guy. Okay. Nope, that's not me, but it's fine. Just gonna re-sign in again. Okay, now we've hit a roadblock. Let us create an IAM rule for our user. If it's like that, it's fine. Let's do it from this one. Minimize this. Okay. Now I'm seeing my user over here. My user is supposed to have project creator, which I'm not seeing. Okay, I'm gonna add a role. Let's do creator. I believe that should be sufficient for what we require. Let's save. Okay. Now let's start with Dialogflow. Gonna see it, can also go through it because it's gonna be like an old API that we can enable. That's gonna redirect us to the conversational. Well, that's where we're aiming to go to, but it's fine. Let's come over to there. open private window directly. Come on, there we go. Gen app builder. Okay, on the right track. Let's go. Yes. Accept. And I'd like to activate this API. Then while it's still going on background, we can check if that is currently up and running. Not, let's continue because time is of the essence. So for the task 2, we're going to be creating a conversational agent playbook and a data store. So we're going to be creating the chatbot that we're going to be using that's going to use the data that we're going to be giving it. So with regards to the way chatbots and the way Google presents their agentic development kits, it is much more easier and user friendly to dive in when you want to use this type of technology. And you would see as we go through the setup, everything is well designed, everything is well put. It's not too crazy to follow through. And if you have a PC or you can access GCP, you can build it even on your mobile device. That's how nice and simple the interface is. So we're just going to check again. This is the, okay, wonderful. So we are going to be creating this guy, a conversation agent. Okay, let me clear that. Okay, no problem. Cancel. Let's just make sure which account is logged in. Let's choose another account. This guy. Okay. We're going to be building our own one from scratch. So just going to close this, come back. Now we're going to follow the step-by-step guide, because if you end up skipping a step or doing something that is out of line, Quick Labs is not going to grade you. It's not going to give you the points that you would require to actually capture the 100% points that you'll be trying to aim for. So we have chosen the conversational agent underneath the Vertex AI agent builder apps console. And we have chosen the agent. We are creating one right now. And as we build it, now we're going to have to go through these steps, right? So now we're going to go on step 4, creating an agent. The name of this is going to be Google Store. So I'm going to just grab this. Okay, let's see. It's going to be a playbook. Let's just confirm. So we're going to be selecting the location as a global, as stated over here, and then making sure that before we hit the create button, we make sure all the other parameters are as defined and selected. So I'm going to have to check if the default conversational starts is selected as playbook, and then we eventually going to click on the create button. So that's the name. We change the location. The conversational start is a playbook. So we're going to hit create. And while that's still going, and you should see, note if you encounter a permission error while accessing the data store under available tools, such as fail to list discovery engine collections and project, try to refresh the tools page and then retry the step. So then now this is where the information that we bring is going to give it context as to what the users are going to be working with. So first, we're going to be adding the data store under the data store in the tools page, and then we're going to be creating a new data store in the pop-up window, and it will be redirected to the agent builder page. So I'm going to come here, and as they mentioned, this would fail. Okay, it's fine. Just going to cancel this. Choose another account. Okay, don't go. Okay, just gonna skip the help. And we're adding a data store. Probably the same name. Adding a data store. We're going to refresh. Nothing given to us by Google. As you can see, create a new data store, but that's not showing up. Okay, so we're gonna have to be creative and we're gonna have to select cloud storage. Okay, see what we're working with. Gonna hit cancel over here, and the data store. Search up here. Let's look for bucket. Let's use cloud storage. Okay, let's create a new bucket. Okay, is there a specified way they would like this bucket to be named? Let's just confirm. Okay, there we go. So they want it named and this type of naming schema, cloud training, specialized training, Vertex AI, search and conversation, Google Store. And this is globally unique, meaning that if I create this, no one else on this planet can mistakenly use my bucket. They would have to have my credentials, project ID, the whole setup in order for them to use this. So let's see, would that be accepted? No. Okay, forward slashes are usually forbidden. Okay, let's remove that. Let's make sure no more forward slashes. Okay, and then now let's reduce. Okay, cannot contain Google in the bucket naming schema. So let's name it Google. Go ahead and continue. That name is already Azugo. Okay, lovely. Let's just make sure the other checks. Okay, so note that currently in the bucket, there are HTML documents related to Google products like the Nest Cams, the Nest Hub, Nest Audio, Nest Thermostat, Pixel, the watch, trackers, phone cases, and variety of colors, Chromecast, Pixel Watch, and a Google Pixel Watch woven band, doorbell, many other Google products. Okay, so let's make sure this is created. Okay, guys, gonna confirm. Okay, the Google store has been created. As you can see, we can confirm here. So now let's go back to our agent. Okay, let's see. Let's refresh. Let's see. No, go back. Created. Yes, from there. As a folder, let's browse. That's the guy we're going to be using. Select. Okay, data store name. Let's confirm. It's going to be Google Store. Okay. Okay. Do they require anything else? I'm going to click continue on that. Make sure we specify it as that. Okay, click on activity and create. While that's still in progress of being created, then they say that it can take up to 15 minutes for your documents to be available and ready for use by your agent. So once the agent is created, navigate back to the conversational agents tool console and refresh the page. Enter the Google Store tool in the tool name. Okay, let's take that. I'm gonna use it. And we're going to choose it as the tool type in the drop-down menu. Okay, as you can see, that's still ongoing. The background tool name, just confirm. Google Store tool. Okay, that's fine. And as you can see, type is unstructured documents. The processing will be available in 10 minutes. The tool should be fine as default. Okay, let us hit save. Okay, wonderful. Now, let us see, are there any other additional information that they require from us? So we already clicked on the add data store to make sure that we have it. We clicked save. Let us see if we do have the app. It's still all right. Beautiful. Now, as you will see over here, we have enabled APIs that allows us to create these chatbots. Now we have created a new chat app inside of GCP. Now we're moving over to the enable voice calls. Right. So first step, they would like for us to toggle the simulator icon to open the simulator. Okay. So chat feature toggle. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Let's see. Is the data available for us? Okay. The hello works. That's beautiful. Let's see. Are there any additional prompts? There we go. So we're going to ask the agent some questions about the various products that are currently in the bucket that we created earlier. Okay, let's ask how long does the battery in the Pixel 7 Pro last? Let's come over back to our chatbot. Send. Okay, I'm sorry I do not have the information. Please do keep in mind that, as mentioned up here, it could take some time for the documents to be available. So we're just going to hit all these prompts to make sure that we do have everything for future reference. Okay, take that. That's okay, doesn't arrive around yet. Then we're gonna check the final one. Doesn't have an answer. Okay. And as you can see, if your agent is giving you responses from the default negative intent, I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Can you rephrase the question? Then be aware that it can take up to 4 hours for the agent to be ready for use while your domain's URLs or documents are being indexed. Your documents should be indexed for the sake of this lab within 15 minutes. So please do keep that in mind. So in 15 minutes time, we'll see if it can come through for us. And then the fun part, now we're going to be enabling the voice. So now let us see. On the integrations page, click on manage within the conversational phone gateway section. Okay. So integrations, click on manage. Let's create sandboxed. So we only currently have USA number. Let's request numbers that we can use. It's going to be GDG, Soweto, Gemini, CLI. Unlocked. We are going to try this guy. Going to enable code companion, which allows it to have a multimodal setting, meaning that if you ask it questions that are, hey, how are you? It can respond back before it starts breaking and saying, hey, I need a human to step in when I do not understand what's being asked of me. Okay, so let's test this number. So +1 America, and then it's 361 0677.
Hi there. How can I help you today?
Hello. I'd like to request all the products in your
How can I
store.
help you?
I'd like to request all the products in your store.
I am sorry, I cannot fulfill this request. I do not have the functionality to provide pricing information.
Okay, what can you do?
I can escalate the call to a human agent, fail the current task, or cancel the current task.
Can you call a human now? But as you would know, this is a sandbox. It's a quick labs. So that's a demo of a multimodal conversation you would have with an actual agent on GCP. But yeah, that's just the gist of it. Take a screenshot of that. So we know that we're going to add this to our notes. Okay, wonderful. Now let's go back. Phone number has been created. We had requested, and then we tried to ask for the products. As you saw, Sandbox had failed, but then as we go down the line with the current series, that's when we're going to be having an interactive chatbot that actually works, and then you can also try out. As you can see, we have triggered the third test your virtual agent. Now we're going to go to the final step, which is enabling a chat widget. So now that the bot has a phone gateway for voice interactions, we're going to be embed a chat widget on the website so customers can chat with it in addition to making phone calls to speak with it. So underneath the integrations tab, let's go back there. We're going to be, click connect under conversational manager in the text-based section. Okay, so still here, there's the conversational manager. Let's click connect. Probably going to be an unauthenticated API. Okay, see the steps. Yes, enable the unauthenticated API and click try now, then click the conversational manager icon. Okay, let us enable. Yes, and try now. That will take us over to here. So basically, when you're on the website, this is what you're going to be seeing. Let me just zoom out. There we go. And they gave us some prompts that we could test out. So do the Pixel Pro 7 Pro and the Pixel 7 both have face unlock? That's fine. do that. Probably doesn't have the data, or let's see. Okay, before we send that, let's resend this because it's supposed to respond regardless if it's got the data or not. Okay, that's the first one. Let's try that again. Unable to answer. We're going to go to the final prompt. Do the Pixel Buds Pro have noise cancelling? Unable to answer. It's perfectly fine. So then now the virtual agent can handle questions and answers, but unfortunately at the moment we can't present that. And then now we're going to go to the final task, which is the conversational analytics to be more exact. So when testing your virtual agent, if you find that your bot answers do not meet your expectations, you can add more URLs to the data store to improve how your bot handles questions and answers. So knowing that Chi-Chi is our host and everything, we could easily have her voice and her way of speaking inside of the chatbot. We can take some clip notes, we can take documentation, videos, add it there, train the chatbot. So when they interact with it, lovely, lively chatbot that allows them to connect and feel that human connection instead of just having a robotic chatbot. So now we're just going to do the final task, which is us enabling the settings. Okay, we're going to be clicking the settings and we're going to be enabling the conversation history. Okay, let's do that. So when it comes to settings, thank you. Data import failed. Okay. Expected O2 auth. Get that done next session. Okay, so we want to enable conversational history. There we go. Then now we need to get the bucket name. DDA2. Okay, let's grab this. There we go. Okay, let's grab that. Then we're gonna move it over to here. Nope. Yes. Oh. GSS. Of course, not the password. Okay, and then I think that should be fine. Because had invalid credentials. Probably have to re-sign in again. Just make sure. Conversational history, we want to test that. Okay, let's see. Okay. Let's come straight here. Okay. Let's refresh this. Let's see if we cannot reselect the conversational history. Okay, let's try that again. Hi. Okay. Let's move on with that. We're going to come back in there. Okay, there we go. Let's try that one last time. Settings. You're gonna fail me. Come on, guy. Not like this. Okay. Make me a believer. 1, 2, 3. Still have that. Still have that. And save. There we go. Nice. Okay. Conversational history. Let's see. Export. Let's make sure. Just as you see, this is how it would be presented. Conversational history, meaning that whatever I have been doing on the right hand side, conversating, I should be able to see the session, the start time, and how long I was in here, and what channel it was. So this would be text. So let's come back over here. Let's trigger a few prompts here and there. Hello, send. Let's see. Voice. Let's allow. What time is it? And can I make an order right now? Okay. Let's see if we can hit send. There we go. Okay, let's see if this refreshes. Fingers crossed. Shazam. There you go. As you see, we said hi and we had an audio for the follow-up asking hello and if we can make an order right now. And you would see that the last entry is an audio channel that was triggered, and we had 2 turns with the chatbot. And as you would see, duration was 38 seconds. So, meaning that should wrap up our lab. Let's check final stage and ta-da! That's how you would have a conversational agent chatbot inside of GCP. So please, are there any questions?
Thank you so much, Alex. We do have a question here where they were asking what data types can you train it on?
Data types. So it will depend. So let's go back to cloud storage. So with cloud storage, it's basically a block object storage. You can store audio, video, images, URLs. So meaning you can store markdowns that would be part of documents. So anything that's unstructured data, you can train it on that. The nice thing about uh, the Google offerings is that they cater for so much. It'll be very difficult to find things that it cannot cater for. So if you have anything that you want to throw it at, please experiment, throw it in there. You're not sure? There's learning materials, there's quick labs, there's Gemini CLI. You'll see that in the next presentation. There's YouTube. They have wonderful labs, walkthroughs, shows with the Google Next. They show everything that you need in order for you to be successful on GCP. Any more questions? Oh yeah, and something very important I forgot. Let's make sure. Yeah, okay, there you go. I apologize. There's dark mode, and we've been wanting it. We've been since 2019. We've been, but it's here in preview, but it's here. So everything you need, guys, even dark mode, available on GCP, guys. So please have a crack at it. All these resources will be shared with you guys. So If you guys are stuck, you need any guidance, please shout, send an email, break as much stuff as you can. But learn. That's the most important.
Alex, we also have a question again in the comments talking about in terms of complexity of the bot.
Mhm.
Can we build something like building a tracker log of products?
Hmm. Okay, so with this current setup, it's very basic because it is directed. It shows you what you need to click, what you need to set up. The day when you feel like you're ready, right? There is a SDK released by Google. It's called the Agentic Development Kit. How complex? It's going to be entirely up to you. The way that you feel like you want your chatbot to be, if you want it to be speaking like a rock star, you want it to sound like an amapiano artist, this is where you would come. Start with the tutorials. You learn the basics. You know what agents can do, what tools it can take. They released a brand new model. It's called the Gemini 3N. 3N, there is voice input. You
Hi, everybody. I feel like Alex has just left us for a second. Let's see if he's coming back in about 2 minutes. And then after that, we can ask him the questions that we have in the chat. And then, yeah. But let's ask him the questions that we have in the chat. Let's give him about 2 minutes and then we'll see if he comes back. If not, I will direct the questions to him, or you can also message him on LinkedIn. Tell us how the session is in the comments. Tell us what we should, improve on if there's anything.
Eh, apologies, guys. Apologies about that. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. That,
Alright.
um, I'm not sure if you're finishing up your sentence, but we've got a few more questions in the chat.
Right. Okay. Now, so as I was mentioning, right? Um, depending on how complex you want your agent to be, this is where you would dive in. You would use an open source. So Google had open sourced this ADK. It's currently sitting underneath the CNCF Foundation, underneath the Linux AI space, allowing you to create your chatbot however you like. You want it to be I'm a piano artist sounding like a rock star. This is where you would come. This is where you would come. You would do your walkthroughs, your tutorials, your agents, your setups, and the model that I would highly prefer for you guys to look into. It's called the Gemma 3N. Gemma 3N does have voice input. It's a beautiful model. It's very small. You can run it on your own laptop. So they have been with Google DeepMind. They have been trying to aim at having even small devices be able to have this type of capabilities of agentic workflows and agentic systems. So, however you want to go, the resources are there. Reach out to us, speak to us, send emails. We are here.
Okay, I feel like, yeah, I think that's a wrap on that one. Again, if you have any questions, please let us know. Just give me 2 seconds. Let me like get the Gmail so we can put it here in the chat, as well as a WhatsApp group that we do have where you'll get all the insights. So let me just do the WhatsApp group where you'll get all the insights of any activities that we have, any type of events that we have. And if you want to ask questions, you're more than welcome to ask it in the chat. So let me just get those WhatsApp, just like breathe a little bit while I get that. 2 seconds.
So, Precious, yes, you can have a Billie Eilish chatbot, right? But the minute your chatbot becomes famous, you know there's copyright infringement and those things, ne? Just keep that in mind. But
Hello, Alex.
hello, how are you?
I'm blessed. And you?
Fine, wonderful. I'm good, man. I'm good. What's happening?
So, Alex, can you integrate this chatbot on Expo projects?
Define Expo projects.
Uh, I get it when we build these mobile applications with uh, React Native, we use Expo.
Oh, okay, Expo. I'm tracking what you're saying. I'm tracking what you're saying.
Yeah.
Right. So with that, you should be able to, because Expo is a JavaScript tool that you would use, if I'm not mistaken, with React and Vue and Angular. And they do give you a setup. So let me just try and see if I cannot find it. Playbooks. Okay. Then we created a playbook. Yes. And then we needed to enable. Let me just get that. It's not the profile. Let me just make sure. Okay. Because let me just see it. What step that was asked. Just make sure. Not this guy. Not you. There we go. Okay. So that conversational manager, let's see where that's currently set up. Integrations, connect underneath the conversational manager. Okay. So let's make that again. Integrations, yes. Let's manage. There you go. As you can see, here you are given the code to this particular chatbot. So just for demo purposes, I'm going to take it to DeepSight. So this is another open source tool that you can use to prompt and check. So we're just going to test it over here by replacing this. You paste that. Shazam. There's your tool. Now you can interact with it. Hi, send. How you doing? And then we ask, how many products do you have? Do you have? Let's see if it had managed to capture the products. Not yet. But as you can see, we're no longer inside of a Google sandbox or environment. We had moved out into a different setup, which is DeepSight. And as you can see, we had pasted that code that you would use in your Expo. Then now you can have that chatbot inside of your app. Does that answer you? Control minus to make sure you can see it.
Yes, I am here, Alex. Thank you very much. I'm struggling. I couldn't find my cases, so I'm projecting through different screens.
Not a problem, man.
Sure,
Understandable.
sure.
Right. Any more questions?
Okay, so like that is a wrap. If there's nobody else that has a question, ask now or forever until you get our email. Hold your breath. Okay, everybody's gonna hold their breath. Again, thank you so much, Alex. We really do appreciate it. I think we all learned something very interesting. It was also very nice to see the walkthrough of how to build these bots. And it was also very nice in the comments. Let me see. Oh, yeah. In the comments to see how everybody was sort of interactive with what we can build with these chatbots. Everybody was so like, yeah, it was exciting. So thank you very much. In the comments, we have people saying cool stuff, so cool. Yeah, and asking if there are any Amapiano people they can do as chatbot sounds or voices. So we're really excited. Thank you so much for the session. It was very educational. We really appreciate it, Alex. And then for everybody, we're going to try our best to upload this on YouTube. If you have any of our social media platforms or seen us there, please comment down on any of the posts, especially the posts about this session. Tell us how you thought about this post in our DMs. If there's anything that you would like to give us in terms of feedback, not cute little pictures unless it's money, please come on into our DMs. Let us know. Tell us what you'd like to see, what other sessions you'd like to know about. Again, here at GDG, we're open to like new topics. If there's something you want us to talk about, we're open to look for speakers to get that, to explain that to you, because at the end of the day, we're doing this for us, you, and just the community. So yeah, I think that's a wrap. Hit us on our socials. With Alex, he has his email in the social, in the chat. We also have the link for the WhatsApp, so join our WhatsApp group, email him, let us know. And I think from everybody here at GDG, which you'll see also on the call, we're really excited. Well, we were excited, we still are, but thank you so much. Yay, everybody can clap at home.
Thank you very much, guys, for joining.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
evening, guys. Okay.
Thank you.